So you've probably seen there were riots in Minneapolis last night, and this was over the murder of a man named George Floyd. And it's what I've seen, the evidence, this was a murder. These cops should be charged to the fullest extent of the law. They should have their day in court, but I hope that they get the justice that they deserve, which is being thrown in jail probably for the rest of their lives. This has caused all sorts of division, but this is always the case. The identity politics pushers, particularly in the left and in the Democratic Party, are always trying to cause racial division. So anytime there's one incident like this, it's used as, see, it's proof, and it causes all these riots and hardship and stuff because it's somehow proof that white cops are killing black people at a record clip. That's not true. The data shows that actually you're more likely if you're white to be unshot by a police officer than if you're black. And it also shows that this is just a cause for racial division. Imagine if there were riots, for example, when we saw the black guy that was punching the elderly senior citizen in the face and nothing was done about that. Or in Delaware, where a black man shot two elderly people at a cemetery recently and had stuff apparently on social media that he was against white people. It's true. The truth of the matter is that black people are 27 more times likely to commit cross-racial homicide against white people than vice versa. But the narrative's constantly spun the other way. Now, let's not fall into the trap and say that the rioting and stuff, which is unforgivable, and I hope that every single person that riots brought to justice, which they won't be, but let's not pretend that this is all black people. That's absurd as well. There are black people right now, and in fact, people of all races that are outraged by the abuse of power that these cops had that murdered George Floyd. That doesn't excuse the rioters. They should be charged. You should look at that and say, see, these are people that weren't concerned about police abuse or about George Floyd. They're people using this crisis to their advantage. And why wouldn't they? They see that the media and the Democrats do this all the time. Look at how the media portrayed, for example, the peaceful protesters in Michigan that were protesting against the lockdown. They called them Nazis, said they were violent, etc. Now look at how they're covering the actual violent rioters that you see in Minneapolis. So it's a complicated story, but the easiest way to break it down is this. Don't fall for the trap. They want to cause this racial division. I sympathize with people that are upset about this murder. They're absolutely right to be furious about it and demand justice. Rioting and looting aren't the way to go about it. Don't fall for this racial trap that they want to make you think that, oh, black people are being attacked at record clip by the police and we need to somehow be divided. It's a story of abuse of power from a bad police officer, and I hope that he's brought to justice. And shame on the Democrats and the media for fueling this division.